Welcome to the Maine-J Show. It's your boy Maine-J. Hey y'all, and this is another episode of Maine-Chat. You already know what it is. Before we get started, please make sure that you like the video, share it. Please subscribe to the page. Please subscribe to the Facebook page and to the Instagram page. And that's that. All right, so let's dig on it. So I'm only doing this because y'all be emailing me and inboxing me some crazy stuff, and I've been trying to just stay cool and calm, collected these past couple of weeks, especially since last week, since everything happened and popped off. But y'all keep on asking me, keep on sending me stuff, keep on saying stuff, keep on doing stuff. So you know, Maine-J gotta give his perspective. I got something to say. All right. So we're gonna talk about Trump supporters, church, Civil War, all this other stuff that y'all hit me up about, and just where people stand, where y'all stand, where I stand. How can we go from here? You know, let's not act brand new. I'm gonna be all over the place. I got my little thing, I got my glasses just in case I can't see and I'm faking the funk. Let's dig on this. So as everybody knows, we're in the impeachment didn't happen, but it still ain't got approved yet because, you know, all that stuff, Senate and House and all that stuff we learned in middle school, high school, whatever the case may be. But pretty much the second impeachment. But there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of people warring against each other and blaming each other. And every time you turn around, there's a text, there's an alert, there's this, that. And it's too much, y'all. It's too much. Too much. All right. So there's a lot of people blaming people. There's a lot of people who don't like Trump that didn't vote for Trump that are blaming people who voted for Trump, saying it's their fault that the country's like this. It's their fault that, you know, he was able to have that much power and to do all the things that he did instead to get the people riled up. I got a different perspective. I got to say something. First of all, when you say that you're mad that people voted for Trump, are you saying that you're mad because they voted for the option? Are you mad that they exercised their right to vote for who they want to vote for and let their voice be heard? That's number one I want to ask y'all. For me personally, I don't favor Trump, not a Trump fan at all. And while I don't like the fact that people may have voted for the nominee, I'm not mad at them exercising their right. I think that's the difference. Did you exercise your right? Good for you, because I exercised mine. Am I mad at this election? Absolutely. But at the end of the day, that's the only choice they had. So that's who they voted for. Now, when you say that you're mad at Trump voters, once again, are you mad at them for voting for him the first time? Or are you mad at them, those who voted for him a second time around? Because the first time, once again, he came in, he said some things that probably resonated with them, blah, blah, and they voted for the man. The second time around, I kind of get it like, y'all, listen, he's not presidential material, period. That's on period. That's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. He ain't no presidential material. I'll give you that. So maybe the second time around, but y'all just y'all vote for him, and that's the reason why. It is what it is. Hillary didn't win the last time. He did. And even in that presidential election, Hillary wasn't a great choice neither. It was either Hillary or Trump. Let's not act like it was these great options to choose from. And you had a plethora of them. It was two evils, and people chose the lesser of the two. All right. So those are my questions for y'all. You know, I truly believe that there's a difference between a Trump voter and a Trump supporter. A Trump voter is someone, okay, here's our options. We're going to vote for him based off of our values, our beliefs, his policies that they actually read, blah, 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 and we're going to vote for him. But not only did they vote for him, but they call him out. A Trump supporter is someone who voted for Trump, stands for him, don't call him out. He say jump, they say how high. He say storm here, they storm there. He says the media's lying, they believe they believe every word like glue. They like on them like white on rice, okay? That's the difference between, for me, a Trump voter and a Trump supporter. One voted for him, but still calls him out. One voted for him and can't do no wrong, blah, 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 blah. Then I also believe that there's a Republican versus a Trumplican. Once again, there's some people who didn't want to vote for Trump. However, reading once again the policies and things that him and his cabinet and many others in different states or just across the country, whatever you are, if you're in a Republican state or county, or whatever the case may be, you know, they voted for a policy, they voted for a party, the party that's closest to their beliefs and where they stand. So there's people, Republicans, that obviously voted for Trump, but voted more so for party and policy. And then there's Trumplicans who just probably didn't read nothing. We just want Trump. He's for us. He's our king. He's our guy. He's our God. He's whatever. And we're going to ride. We're going to die. We're going to march. We're going to do whatever. Because now that Trump's here, we can say what we want to do. What we want and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, those are Trumplicans. Republican versus Trumplican. Trump voter versus Trump supporter. Many of y'all have been saying, how can people still vote for Trump even after all the things that he's done, how he's handled I think it's all perception. Now, personally, there are some things, anybody in leadership, doesn't matter if you're a parent, teacher, principal, boss, president of the United States, there's always things that you can do better and you could have handled better. If you worked at any place, you'd be like, this company can be better at this, or this church can be better at this, or this program could do better at this. You as a parent, sometimes your children might say you can do better as a parent. We all can do better in something. So, but many of y'all said, you know, how after all these different things he did and didn't do and could have did and should have did and didn't do and shouldn't have done and all this other stuff, and y'all still voted for him? It's the same way how y'all still vote for people or still favor people after they did stuff that they did. Think about it. Somebody could lie on you, dog your name out, do this, do that, and you're like, I'm done with them, I cut them off. This person over here, who may be a relative or a good friend and may have done some solids for you, do the same exact thing that this person that you cut off for, and you say, you know what? Don't do it again. You gave that person a break. You still, how she's still with him after he done cheated, and well, they married, they made vows, they're gonna try to make she took him back, and even after a few times, let's just try to make it work. So there are people who voted for him that said, you know what, he did all these things. However, I still think that he's the better candidate. He's the best choice for the job. Even though he's doing all these things, his policies are doing these things. His cabinet's policies, the things that are benefiting us in our towns, in our counties, you know, in our parts of the states. That's the reason why we're going to continue to vote for him, because he says he's going to do these things for us. And at the end of the day, you really can't be mad, because let's not act like first time around we had Hillary, First Lady Hillary Clinton, sucky choice. Now we got Biden and Harris as a sucky choice. Many people that voted for Biden and Harris only voted for Biden and Harris because what? That was the only option. Not because they had a plethora of great options. This is it. And many people that voted for Biden and Harris didn't even want to vote for them, but they had no choice. So if many people feel that way about Biden and Harris, what makes you think that the people who voted for Trump was going to vote for Biden and Harris when many of y'all feel the same way that they probably felt about Biden and Harris? So they stuck with Trump. Think about it. I saw a post yesterday that asked that question. Do you guys really think that Biden and Harris is the best choice? And many people said, no, but that's all we got. So if that's how you feel, why are you mad at people for voting for Trump, knowing that these two options, y'all feel the way how y'all feel about Biden and Harris? Let's be realistic here. Let's be realistic. So that's the reason why. And I wanted to touch on another thing, because I sat down with a lot of Republicans, not necessarily Trumplicans, but Republicans, people who voted for Trump, Trump voters, not Trump supporters or Trumplicans. But I did speak to people who voted for Trump. That's what I do. This is the Maine-Chat show. I got to get perspective, right? Did people vote for Trump? Or did people vote for God? Let me sip on this real quick. Let me ask that question again. Did people vote for Trump? Or did people vote for God? Okay, what I mean by that is I've spoken to a lot of Republicans. One of my friends, he's crazy. I know he's going to watch the video. But when I sat down with a lot of Christian Republicans, they said, Jermaine, Maine-J, whatever they call me in the moment, I read the policies of both parties. Yes, both. They read what Trump and his party was offering, trying to do, bringing to the table. They read what Biden and Harris's party and different things that they bring to the table. And based off of where they felt with their spiritual walk, they just couldn't vote Biden Harris based off of, like the abortion and certain things, and, even like the veterans, treatment and just all these different things. And they said, out of the two, this is that best fits me. And that's the reason why I still vote for Trump. And I had to think about it. Hear me out. Even when President Barack Obama was running, he said abortion, he said gay marriage, and this and this and that. And hear me, I believe everyone has a right to live their lives, free will. However, when people blatantly come up and say things that goes against what we believe in the Word of God, that's what we say we believe in. Yet y'all coming for people who still voted for Trump, but yet we're not coming for the whole church that still voted for Barack Obama when he blatantly said things that goes against the Word of God. But y'all ain't gonna talk about that. Love you, Barack. Love you, President Barack Obama. My dude. And when we spoke about that, I'm like, wow, that does make sense. And someone who's from the Black church, the Black Pentecostal, Apostolic, I didn't really hear no Black organizations, Reformations, really stand up and say, hold up. We in holiness over here. Y'all know we say we in holiness. We don't drink, we don't smoke, we don't cuss. But didn't nobody say, hold up. I don't think we should vote for Barack Obama when he's saying all these things that goes against the Word of God. And you can say what you want about Paula White and all those white evangelicals and all those evangelical people that was taking pictures with President Trump. They went there with their standard. We're against abortion. We're against gay marriage. We're against all these things. And look at what Trump did. If you want the evangelical vote, you're going to have to make some policy changes that lines up more with the Word of God and what we believe and where we stand at as Christians. The Black church didn't stand up to Barack Obama. Did the Black church even stand up to Biden and Harris and say, hold up, we're in holiness. Where the holiness people at? None of y'all stood up. I didn't hear nothing. Hold up. Would the Black church please come forward? Because y'all coming for Paula White, Occupy, Talkby, Knockby, Eatby, all that stuff and calling angels and some more stuff. But where were we at? So when I thought about when they said that they voted for God and their policies, and I'm looking at some of these policies, that they read. And the thing is too, and let me go back a little bit. Y'all talk about how did y'all still vote for Trump? Same way how y'all still voted for Barack Obama. Some of y'all only voted for Barack Obama because he was Black. And y'all are Black. We got to keep him in there the second term. Don't know nothing about his policies. Don't know nothing about nothing. But just because he's a Black man, which is cool, it was great, y'all decided to add him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, sorry, my bad. Y'all just decided to add him. So I'm just like, y'all can't do that double standard. Because I talked to a lot of people. Why did you vote for Barack Obama? Because he was going to be the first Black president. So I want him. So what about his policy? Yeah, he said he was going to do this. Like, no, he didn't, brother. No, he didn't, sister. So y'all mad at people who voted for Trump just because of Trump, but you ain't mad at people who voted for Barack Obama just because he was Black. Like we can't have that double standard, because I know a lot of people who did that. It's their voice. It's their vote. It's their choice. It's their right. They can do it. But let's not do that. Even now, there's plenty of people who only voted for Biden and Harris to get Trump out, not because they actually know what the policies are. Ask people in your circles, what are 3 policies that Biden and Harris have? Ask them 3 policies that Trump have. What are 3 things that you think Trump should have did that he didn't do? Ask them to name a couple of policies that Biden did while he was in office with President Barack Obama. Kamala Harris did while she was doing her thing as a prosecutor and as a judge. I believe she's a judge, correct? Ask them. A lot of y'all can't even answer that. And I know y'all don't read policies. I know y'all don't read stuff because half the time y'all be sharing posts from like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like, oh, somebody put an article up like, oh, so-and-so died. Girl, so-and-so died like 6 years ago. So I know y'all don't read policies. So once again, I don't fault people who still voted for Trump because look at the options. And whether or not, I don't think that it's their fault that these people went up there. Trump is just a sore loser. He didn't accept the fact that he lost. Al Gore accepted the fact that he lost. Many other presidents accepted the fact that they lost the second term or whatever the case may be. Accept it and move on and move forward and start planning for 2024. Yeah, it's rigged, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. It takes a cheat to know, and that's how I feel. You got to beat at your own game. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just just kind of laughing in that aspect. But, that's the reason why people still voted, and that's the reason why they chose God compared to Trump. They saw the party and the policies, not the person. And it made sense. And sad to say, I wish people of the church would stand up more and say, you know what, Biden, Harris, y'all wanted our vote. These are the things that we want in place, in order, and we should have came collective. Because that's what the evangelicals did, and they got a lot out of it, whether we like it or not. All right. So, just a couple more things, and then we're gonna be out of here. When I looked at all these people that marched in Washington, D.C., 99.9% didn't look like me. You know what I mean? And it just has me thinking, when they're trying to take our country. My question, who's trying to take the country? They're trying to take my rights. Who's trying to take your rights, and what rights? And you notice what everybody looked like. I probably saw 1 or 2 black people. I didn't really see no Spanish, no Asian. It was nothing but straight up people of the vanilla persuasion. So my thing is, why do you feel so entitled? Why do you feel like they're trying to take your rights? Why is it only about you when it's a whole country? And what rights are they trying to take? Who's trying to take it? What rights do you have? Because my thing is, I wouldn't march down there because as a person of color, I still feel like I don't have as many rights as I should have. You know what I'm saying? And y'all are the party that are always trying to take people's rights. You want to take women's rights, gays' rights, black people's rights, and some more stuff. And now you're getting mad because you feel like your right was stripped. How do you think we feel? How do you think we felt when we was marching for social justice and peace and all that other stuff? So, at the end of the day, and then all of y'all saying Blue Lives Matter and all this other stuff, and here y'all attacking Blue Lives and all this other stuff, and it's just hypocritical on y'all side. So you know what I'm saying? Please let me know who's trying to take your rights, what rights they trying to take. How come it only looks like one set of people are at these rallies and at these functions and events that y'all are doing when y'all trying to Trump and this and this and this and this and that? And I'm confused on that. So somebody let me know what rights are being taken and why y'all feel that way, and why y'all are inboxing me, make sure you got your gun permit, and make sure you got your gun license, and make sure you got a gun, and all this other stuff, and then make sure you got this color flag so that way we know you're with us or you're against us, because this is ridiculous. Now, if this man gets impeached, y'all are really gonna ride around the whole country for this man? For what? Going to civil war? For what? It ain't my war. I'm going to stay my happy tail inside the house. I already started stocking up. I already started preparing. And I'm staying my happy tail inside the house. Y'all can go down there. This is y'all war. It ain't my war. What rights I got? What am I losing? Because like I said, when I look at all the people who are saying they're trying to take my voice, my vote, my right, 99.9% of the people that I see, at least on the news, show me some other videos, send me some links, they don't look like this. So it looks like to me just a whole bunch of entitled people that feel some type of way. And now that y'all not getting y'all way, or y'all feel threatened, or your way of living is something, how you think I feel as a person of color that's still viewed as a minority, a black man, who sometimes fears walking up the street or fears seeing a cop car drive by because I think something's gonna happen to me. I can't breathe, or I'm gonna be like George Floyd and all the rest of them. So I don't know what to tell you on that one. I don't. You know, and then many of y'all are you know, from the Christian perspective now, we're switching it up. Many of y'all are saying, you know, and this is where I have a problem with you all too as well, because some of y'all are acting like witches and warlocks. Because someone had said that if you voted Democrat, and that's one of the reasons why they call the Dems the devil, D-E starts devil and demon, and then obviously Democrat, D-E-M-O is the first four letters in demon. But they're saying that you're not a real Christian if you voted Democrat. If you're a real Christian, you would have voted Republican. So now some of y'all are just trying to use the party and certain things to try to manipulate the people to feel like they're not a Christian because they didn't vote how you think they should have voted. Y'all got to stop with that foolishness too. Well, this is a Christian war, and this is a holy war, and all this other stuff, and this is a civil war. You're right, it is a civil war. But, and I will agree with that. It's not just, you know, Republican versus Democrat, black versus white, you know, rich versus poor, whatever the case may be. But I do think that this is going to be a war for, you know, the real versus the fake, clean versus unclean, holy versus unholy, righteous versus unrighteous. You know what I'm saying? A lot of wealth and money is starting to go to the people that are poor. You know what I'm saying? They're making more money than what they made before. Stimulus checks. People are actually utilizing that money, getting out of debt and some different things. And people don't like it because it's you know, and it's just ridiculous. Many are asking, am I ready for the war? I'm always ready to fight if I have to fight. I'm always ready to defend myself, defend my home, and defend my family if I have to defend my family. But I'm not going looking for it. I'm not going to where y'all at. Y'all can go wherever we're north versus south, west, east versus. Listen, I'm going to stay in my happy tail in the house. What did Magneto say in X-Men? I think X-Men 3. The pawns always go first. I'm not in that. This is y'all war. This is y'all fight. Once again, this is how y'all feel. This is y'all's country, right? This is our country, and they're not gonna try to take over our country. And once again, when I look at what I saw on the news, it was nothing but people that didn't look like me. So once again, y'all saying this is y'all country. So y'all not even thinking about anyone that looks like me when y'all say that. So if y'all want to fight and shoot and hit police, and when y'all was screaming Blue Lives Matter and some more stuff, I don't want to hear it. I don't. If y'all want to war and do that stuff, then do it. I'm not condoning it, but just stop inboxing me the stuff and all these conspiracies and links and the madness. There are still people talking about the war. Like I said, if he gets impeached or he gets kicked out before the 20th, they really are planning. You think what they did at the Capital, not Capitol with an A-L, with an O-L. Some of y'all need to learn how to spell and do some research. But you think what they did there is bad? They planned it, and there's plenty of people like Paula White. Remember her? That angels from Africa coming over and being dispensed, and she sees victory and stuff. There's a whole bunch of people that are trying to pull on the heartstrings of God to overturn this election so that Donald Trump can still be president and reside. Not praying for the country, not praying for the people of the country, not praying for those who are sick, they're praying for this one man to still stay in office. And it makes me wonder, what does this one man have over them? What is it that they see in this one man that's stopping something, preventing something, keeping something? There's another guy, Marcus Rogers, who I really, really do respect a great deal. He's a man of God. I don't always agree with him when he posts stuff. Sometimes I think he posts stuff just to get the people going. But, I do respect him. And he has said, I may have gotten it wrong. He said he's still praying, but he said, I may have gotten it wrong. And that's what I respect about a prophet of God or a man of God who can say, you know what, I don't always interpret it right. I don't always hear it right. I thought I heard one thing. Let me go back in the prayer closet and seek again. But there's a whole bunch of people praying, fasting before the face of God, saying, God, please let this man still be the president. And, when they went to Capitol Hill Hall, whatever the place may be, there's a lot of stuff that was taken. They're saying that laptops were confiscated and, hard drives and discs and some more stuff. Well, not discs, but we don't do discs no more. The same back in the 90s when you had the floppy disk, you put in the computer and stuff. But there's a lot of stuff that they're waiting. If Trump gets impeached, articles and links that I saw, they're waiting. And I don't know how they're going to post it, what they're going to do. I think, honestly, that, how they was talking about blackouts. They're trying to black stuff out. Because I think there's stuff that they probably don't want us to see or want us to get. But I don't know. Just be prepared next week. Fill up your freezers, your deep freezers, your refrigerators, your cabinets, your closets, just whatever. Fill up everything. Batteries, candles, lights, cameras, action. Because I just think that these people are crazy. Like I said, they talking about war, they ready. Like I said, people's been saying get guns and some more stuff. And I'm from the hood. I'm going to be all right. Y'all come in the hood with that foolishness, trust me. Y'all going to have a rude awakening. And I think that's all I have to say today in regards to everything that's going on. Y'all know how I am. If I forgot something, I'll come back on and say it again the next time. But just stay prayerful, stay watchful. Whether Trump stays, Biden and Harris gets in. I will say this. Once Biden and Harris gets in, y'all gonna find something to complain about just like y'all complained about Trump. So y'all never happy anyway. So just pay my student loans and send me $2,000 like y'all said, and I'm happy. But thank you all for tuning into the Maine-J Show. It's been another episode of Maine-Chat. Please like and subscribe and share the video. Leave a comment. Those who have my phone number, please don't text me about episodes and what I said. Please email me or leave a comment. It'd be overwhelming sometimes. But I really do appreciate y'all for tuning in.